Hello, good afternoon. I'm Dr. Austin Oseke, a family physician, the medical director, Armstrong Hospital, and I'm here this afternoon to talk to you about an amazing event that is going on at the moment, and that is coming from Rotary Club International. The last week we had this Rotary, you can see Rotary Family Health Days 2022, and that took place between 23rd and 24th, despite the challenges of COVID that was trying to say that this program did not hold. It actually would have taken place late last year, around November, October, November. But somehow, with the effort of the leaders, they ensured that this did not go without being done. So um, I really want to commend the leadership of the Rotary Club for this amazing achievement. Okay, there is a part of it that I'm bringing to your knowledge, which is prostate screening and then cervical and breast cancer screening. Prostate PSA antigen for men and cervical screening and the breast cancer screening for women. Of course, these two activities are going to be taking place in at Armstrong Hospital on the 1st and 2nd of next month, July, precisely 2022. Today is the 27th of June, that's Monday. Uh, the reason why I'm doing this, I'd like you to watch this screen I'm going to share right now, because we may not appreciate uh, the value of this until we get some information. So thank God for the net these days. There's nothing you're looking for that you really cannot get. I just took time to try to check the statistic of prostate cancer. Of course, the latest here is 2022, and this is what I found. The American Cancer Society estimates for prostate cancer in the United States for 2022 are about 268,490 new cases of prostate cancer. To tell you how common this is, and about 34,500 deaths from prostate cancer. Isn't this alarming? Is this not alarming? Every day we see people go down, they have these health challenges. They won't go to hospital. Even sometimes when they go to places, they don't do the investigation they're expected to do. At the end of the day, proper diagnoses are not made, and they end up dying, and they say it's an attack from one village, or something is happening that they can understand. In fact, um, reasons as ridiculous as malaria has been said to kill some of these people, because there's no time you check the blood that he won't find malaria. Check my blood any day, anytime. You find malaria parasites there. So if I have something eating me up and I fail to do the test and diagnosis, how would I know? And the only test I can think of is malaria. So I'm bringing to your notice this particular day the importance of screening yourself. If you're a man, and especially above the age of 40, you should be screening yourself for prostate cancer, so that the early detection will help you take care of it. I've met a lot of people who have done that, and today they are free. Those who require some medication or treatment, they've done that, and those who require surgery, they've also done that. So I think early detection is key, so that we not fall into this statistics of those dying. Unfortunately, in Nigeria, people die from all this, and nobody ever knows. Okay, and going further, you see this is where it is called from. How common is prostate cancer? Okay, that's the question. We have the risk. About 1 man in 8 will be diagnosed with prostate cancer during his lifetime. Yes, that's the truth. Prostate cancer is more likely to develop in older men and in Hispanic Black men. Let me enlarge it for you to see properly. Okay. Prostate cancer is more likely to develop in older men and in non-Hispanic Black men. About 6 cases in 10 are diagnosed in men who are 65 or older, and it is rare in men under 40. So that's the reason why above 40, you really need to screen regularly for this so that when it comes, you catch it early enough. The average age of men at diagnosis is about 66. Okay, that's from prostate cancer. I don't want this to be long. You can pause the video and read all this. That's why I'm going to, scroll through. Of course, on the other hand, some of you might say, well, this is not talking about Nigeria. And that's why I went further to find out what's going on in Nigeria. And I found this information as fresh as this year, 8th of February. According to statistics by the World Health Organization, WHO, cancer was responsible for over 78,800 deaths in 2020 in women. Of course, let us expand on that. And the topic of the right of the article is, in Nigeria, cancer cases rising despite advancement in management. Okay, by Obina. Cancer remains top of the list of diseases that are indiscriminately reducing the welfare and wellness of persons across the world, particularly in developing countries like Nigeria. Of course, WHO has provided these details that cancer tops the list of killer diseases with nearly 10 million deaths as at 2020. Nigeria has one of the highest cancer mortality rates in the world. Yes, considering our lifestyle, you'll get to see at the end of this why this is so, with approximately 4 out of 5 cases resulting in death. So if you have about 10 people having cancer, be rest assured that 8 of them are likely going to result in death, according to the Global Cancer Observatory. Okay, there is lack or no efficient public policy on cancer issues in Nigeria, where about 10,000 cancer deaths are recorded every year, with 250,000 new cases recorded. So we find up to 250,000 new cases, and out of that, 10,000 die each year. That is too much. That's scary. Of course, there have been a lot of other things said about that. I'll be bringing to your knowledge some of them, and I'll scroll through so you could pause and read them for yourself. Okay. That's talking about the financial implication of cancer. She survived it anyway. Who's she? That's Olufumilayo Shonobi. She survived it, but she had to beg and beg for money and all that. She did survive it. Of course, we hear of people who will come to on air, go to the newspapers, television, and beg for funds. People should donate. I guess this is one of such happening here. And you can see how, people's goodwill can contribute to people's life and health. A case in point is late Nkechi Odogu, diagnosed of stage 1 cancer, but who lost the battle for life due to prolonged appointments, breakdown of equipment, high cost of care, among other treatment challenges. Recently, notable Nigerians, including rapper, songwriter Olanrewaju Fasasi, popularly known as Sound Sultan, lost his life to cancer. He was diagnosed with angioimmunoblastic T-cell lymphoma. This is a terrible one. In fact, lymphomas, especially when they are endodermal, it's like there's nothing, even chemotherapy will do very, very little to handle this. That's why it is important to detect all this quite early and take care of them. Similarly, the wife of renowned pastor Taiwo Odukoya lost her life to cancer. These are just 2 out of several notable and prominent Nigerians that have died of one cancer infection, even when money was not the issue. That's the case of Sound Sultan and this lady, the wife of Pastor Taiwo Odukoya. While success in cancer remains is improving in in developed world with near 100% cure rate. Please note this. In developed world like US, we are having nearly 100%. In other words, when you have cancer, you're likely going to get cured close to 100%, not maybe 99%, maybe 98%, but so close to. But the reverse is the case. If 100 people get it in Nigeria, the rest are sure that 80 of them are going to die. If 1,000 people get it, the rest are sure that 800,000 are going to die. That's the case here in Nigeria. Whereas abroad, it is a different case, especially in the developed world. Okay, the situation could be better in Nigeria, where mortality from cancer is on the rise and is increasing, as it is said. According to statistics by World Health Organization, WHO cancer was responsible for over 78,800 deaths in 2020, with women often bearing the brunt, of course, breast cancer and cervical cancer. Okay, globally, the World Health Organization notes that cancer treatment, prevention, and care has generally improved globally, except in Nigeria. In many of these countries, cancer is no longer a death sentence. Wonderful. Rather, it is a chronic, non-communicable disease that can be prevented, detected early, and treated with better outcomes. Regrettably, the situation in Nigeria paints a dismal picture. Currently, the situation about cancer care leaves much to be desired, from diagnosis and treatment to care and support. Cancer has more or less remained a death sentence even among the wealthy. Yes. Okay. I don't want to take too much of our time, but at this point, I want to bring us back to the exercise going on and courtesy Rotary Club of Nigeria. And largely the donors are from outside the country. They are making efforts to detect as much as possible cancer cases that are in existence and also contribute towards the care, towards the surgery. And all these are for free. They are for free. That's the reason why when I see men not taking this opportunity very seriously and taking advantage of it, I just wonder, what is happening. So I want to enjoin you to take this seriously. And before I close my screen, some of you may want to ask, because somebody actually did ask, what are the causes? Why? Well, some of this that I are seeing here, you may pause and read through. Poor health funding, treatment costs, non-comprehensive cancer center. Okay, early detection is key. Good Health Weekly is more like a journal. Established that cancer screening in Nigeria is still periodic, whereas in most other countries, in a bid to beat cancer, national cancer screening programs are adopted to mandate citizens to go for cancer screening whenever they visit any public health facility. In Nigeria, people have opportunity to be screened for cancer during outreaches, like what is going on now, organized by non-governmental organizations like Rotary Club of Nigeria. So we should give them a thumbs up and really applaud them and thank them, and at the same time, take advantage of this. Of course, I want to say too much further. There's so many things, but I'm time conscious. You can pause and read through. So finally, I want to talk about, before I close this browser, according to a WHO report, 1/3 of deaths from cancer are due to tobacco use, high body mass index. In other words, if you are carrying more weight than you should be carrying, of course, weight control, weight management, very, very important. Alcohol use, like beer, gin, and all that, even all those local gin, alomo, and all that, they all constitute alcohol use. Low fruit and vegetable intake. Our diet having low fruits and vegetables puts us at risk of developing cancer. And lack of physical activity. Lack of physical activity. A lot of people from their office chair to their, with AC anyway, to their vehicle, to home, lying down, sitting, watching television, no activity that will really help them stay healthy. Of course, the report says, adding that cancer-causing infections such as hepatitis and human papilloma virus, that's HPV, are responsible for approximately 30% of cases in low and lower middle income countries like Nigeria. So some of you that may want to ask me, what is even causing prostate cancer? There are other things that are causing cancer, and there are other things you could also engage in that I'm not going to mention. That if you want more information, you may want to comment in the section box and ask me for that and ask about that, because I don't want to take too much time. So at this point, I'm going to stop my screen and continue with the other part of it, which is talking about the test itself. What most people are familiar with as men for prostate cancer screening is dipping the finger. The medical personnel will stick the finger into the anus to feel the consistency of the prostate. If it is rough, you suspect it's likely to be cancerous. And if it is large, big in size, you want to think it's benign prostatic hyperplasia. Of course, that's a situation that actually make urinating difficult. You strain before urinating. In fact, it can even make it impossible for urine to come out until something is done to that prostate. So, but unlike this situation, we are dealing with the antigen in the blood that is released by those cells in the prostate. Okay, we call them glandular cells and epidermal cells. Those two cells are the ones that are secreting protein, the single chain protein into the blood, and that is the prostate specific antigen. And we have a cassette here. Your blood is to be taken by needle prick. They prick your thumb, sorry, yeah, probably your middle finger, your ring finger, pricked, and the sample is taken and put into it. There's a process about that. So what this helps us to do is to detect if the levels of the antigen in your blood is in certain range that can connote whether you have a problem of prostate cancer or likely to have it, or you don't have it at all. So the figures I can rightly tell you right now is that, let's start from what the normal is in man. In a man, the normal PSA antigen is supposed to be between 0.1 and 2.6. Okay, anything beyond 2.6, you can't really say something could be happening. Okay, but for this test, there are ranges it can detect. We have 3 nanogram per mil. Okay, by the way, what I mentioned, the units are nanogram per mil. So 3 nanogram per mil, this test can tell whether it is less than 3 nanogram per mil, which shows that there's no risk of prostate cancer. Or it can also show if it is between 3 nanogram per mil and 10 nanogram per mil, which is the gray area. Okay, it can also show if it is approximately 10 nanogram per mil. What I meant by gray area is you really cannot say. So the person would really need to go further to evaluate his status as per the prostate cancer. Then approximately 10 nanogram per mil, definitely this is someone to watch out for, and there should be high risk of suspicion. At the same time, you should have diagnosis, differential diagnosis like infection of the prostate that we call prostatitis, because if there's infection or there's undue manipulation of the prostate, or maybe is after sex and all that, the antigen could be high. Then you don't want to do this test during these processes and all that. So for infection, when treated and the test is repeated, is likely to be normal. Then when it is above 10 nanogram per mil, then there are chances. But here is the warning: whatever we find here, we can only tell you if there is a high risk. We are suspecting the possibilities. It is not by any standard diagnostic, because you will need to go further to evaluate this. So if you are listening to me, I want to advise you to take advantage of this opportunity. And the exercise is coming in two folds. There's a part for the women and the part for the men. The men are going to be having this done for them. And it doesn't last more than 5 minutes to take the reading. Okay. And for women, we have group of experts. They are all women. They are the ones taking care of that. They're going to examine their cervix appropriately and also their breasts to rule out anything that is bad. So I also want to bring to your attention that it is limited. Of course, the arrangement is probably for about 200 people, both men and women. Okay. If you are more than that, maybe we'll find a way of accommodating that. But just bear in mind that it is first come, first serve. If you wish to call me to tell me to register you ahead of time so that you can have a space, so we can know how to manage the crowd on that day, you may do that. But the bottom line is this is free. Ideally, there is an amount you should be paying for this kind of test, but Rotary Club is making it free for you. So take advantage of it. Spread the news. Come and test for this. Let us work together to nip and to put cancer in the mud, to nip it in the mud, just the way US has done in other countries. And Rotary Club is helping us to achieve this. So thank you very much for listening to me. I'll be waiting to hear from you. Do have a wonderful day. Bye.